Hello, everybody. Let me turn down the audio a little bit. Hello, hello. Let's do a quick mic check. Can you guys hear me, see me, and so on? Let me know in the chat. We are like roughly a minute behind on the actual announcement, but it's totally fine. So how's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat how you guys doing. I had some audio on this. Hi there. Hear me? Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate the feedback. I need some audio here. I'm doing great, thank you. Let's make sure I sit in the middle.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Day 8. I'm Kevin Wheel, and I lead product for OpenAI. Today we're going to be talking about ChatGPT Search. So we rolled out Search about 2 months ago for our paid users. Search gives ChatGPT the ability to access real-time information and, of course, the ability to search the web for answers. I can't imagine ChatGPT without Search now. I use it so often, and I'm excited to be bringing it to all of you starting today. So there are 3 things that we're going to announce today. First, we've been listening to your feedback over the last couple months and just have made Search better. So that means it's faster, it's better on mobile, there are some new Maps experiences, and so on. Second, we're making it possible to search as you talk to ChatGPT. So that means, we rolled out video and Santa mode in advanced voice mode last week. Now we've integrated Search as well, and we'll demo that in a second. And third, most importantly, we're bringing Search to all logged in free users of ChatGPT. So that means it'll be available globally on every platform where you use ChatGPT. So with that, let's dive in.
Hi, I'm Adam Fry. I'm the product lead for Search at OpenAI, and I'm here with Christina.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm leading the engineering and applied research team building search technology. I'm super excited to be here with you and hope you'll enjoy the demos.
So we're super excited to share about rolling out to all free users logged in globally, and I'm going to give you a short demo to showcase what that looks like. So to search in ChatGPT, it's the same chatgpt.com that you already know. So if you go to chatgpt.com, or if you go to the iOS or iPhone app or Android app, all the platforms, you can just start searching right from the main composer bar, this area where it says message ChatGPT. So I'm going to show what it looks like to search in ChatGPT. So you just start typing a query that you might type into a traditional search engine. So let's say, what are some good events in San Francisco this weekend? So as you type that, if I hit the enter button here or press send, ChatGPT will automatically decide whether this question requires up-to-date information from the web. So it can automatically determine that. However, we also added this search the web icon. So if you explicitly click this button, ChatGPT will always use the latest up-to-date information from the web. So let's give it a shot. OK, so it's searching the web, and you get back an answer. And you're going to see rich visual images and lists here in a way directly in ChatGPT.
Oh, let's check out Let's Glow SF.
Yes, so Let's Glow SF, or let's see what else we have here. Some SantaCon.
SantaCon.
Yeah, so if you see here, you go to Fun Cheap SF, it'll actually show you where it's coming from. So you can just go out to the website that you want to get to. And if you click here, you can also see the rich visual image, and you can go see all the other ones as well. And what's really unique about ChatGPT Search is the conversational nature. So if you actually just talk to it, you can actually start asking other questions about it. So it's been really rainy here in San Francisco. What are some other things that we might be able to do? Maybe a movie.
Yeah, let's go to a movie. Maybe I would like to go to Gladiator too.
That's a really good idea. I like Gladiator. I've actually seen Gladiator, so maybe we pick something else.
Kevin?
Wicked or
Lion King.
Lion King? OK, cool. That sounds great. It's a great movie for the family. So
What do you mean for the family? You asked me what I wanted to see.
Lion King is great for us too. So show me the trailer for the new Lion King movie. I actually don't remember the name of it. So let's see what we get. So here we scroll down, we get great rich visual images, Mufasa, the Lion King from Disney. And right within ChatGPT, you can just start playing the video. So we're really just making the ChatGPT experience that you know better with up-to-date information from the web. So to recap, we're rolling this out to hundreds of millions of users starting today, all logged in for users globally, anywhere that you have ChatGPT. So there's two other features that I'm going to showcase today. So one is, since our launch to Plus users, we've been really surprised at how many people are really excited to use this as their default search engine in their browser. And so what you can do is you can just go to the top. Let me show you. You just go here to the top and actually click here and make it your default search engine. So I've already done that. So let's say you just want to get to where you're going on the web. So let's say you type Netflix. So today we're just making it a lot faster when you know where you want to go on the web. So ChatGPT gives you great, highly relevant answers with clear cited sources, but sometimes you really just want to go somewhere. And that's what we're making faster. So let's try something like hotel booking websites right from the browser bar. So now those sites will come in ahead of the rest of the answer. So you can just go to wherever you might want to go to and see all the links in line from the sidebar as well. So this is ChatGPT Search, and this is faster web navigation directly from the browser bar, listening to the feedback that we've heard, which is at sometimes it can be a little bit too slow. So I'm going to showcase one last new feature from ChatGPT Search that we've been iterating on, and this one is on mobile. So we're optimizing the mobile phone experience for ChatGPT Search based on user feedback, which is, we've seen so many users using it on our iPhone apps and Android apps. So let me show you. So Christina, what's your favorite question for this new experience?
I really like using it for finding food places, and let's think about food. Well, this week, you know, our office is in the Mission neighborhood, and this week we are busy shipping. So why don't you look for Mexican restaurants in the Mission neighborhood?
Okay, let's see, Mexican food, or let's say, what are some good, yeah, autocorrect is always a trouble. What are some good Mexican food restaurants in the Mission? Oh, I can't type today. Cool. So we send, and what ChatGPT will do is it'll go out and it'll look at the web to find the best restaurants in the Mission. Okay, that's pretty standard, but what you can see now is directly within ChatGPT, you're going to have a rich visual list of images and businesses and up-to-date hours. So let's say I click on La Taqueria. You can actually see all the information, directions, websites, call, and descriptions of the business, open hours, and more.
Actually, I forgot to mention, I really like the outdoors patio ones, and also San Francisco is cold right now, so if we can look for the ones with outdoors patio and heaters would be better.
Yeah, definitely, let's do that. So what about some with outdoor patios and heaters? And so what's neat about this, and I'm glad you mentioned this, is because basically ChatGPT's intelligence will just understand conversationally and the context throughout the conversation. So I don't have to edit any keywords or edit my query. I can just type and chat with it like a normal person. As you can see here, it's picked up on this. The Mission District offers several Mexican restaurants with outdoor patios equipped with heaters. So do any look good?
I like the first one. Okay. I like that the heater is right in the photo, so nice. It's good that I know it's there. And also patio looks nice.
That's super cool. Yeah, so what I love about this is it really showcases the intelligence of ChatGPT. So right in the About section of this business, you can see the open air patio is equipped with heaters and windscreens, ensuring comfort year-round. So it's the type of search that really ChatGPT does super well. And if you click the map button here, you can also see all of these businesses right in the iPhone app with the native Apple Maps as well, and click around. So a fully native Apple Maps experience right here with ChatGPT's intelligence. Super cool. Awesome. So I'm going to pass it to Christina to showcase the next feature.
Yeah. The next feature we are going to announce is related to enabling search in voice. What it means is that, and this feature we are going to roll out in the next few days. So what it means is that you can access up-to-date web information by talking with ChatGPT, and I will be showing to you how exactly it's working. So you go to advanced voice mode, you press that wave icon. Hey Chat, how are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
We are doing great. We are doing now a live stream demonstrating a new feature that you have. And we are going to show to everyone that you can access up-to-date web information. Can you help me with that?
Sure, I'd love to help. Just let me know what you need me to do.
Well, I'm traveling to Switzerland for holidays. Can you tell me what's happening in Zurich for the December 23rd week this year?
During the week of December 23rd, 2024, Zurich will have plenty of festive activities. The Christmas markets, including the one at the main station, will be open until December 24th. You can also enjoy the singing Christmas tree at Wordmulleplatz, with concerts until December 23rd. Circus Canelli, a popular Christmas circus, runs through December 31st. The Illuminarium at the National Museum will also feature a light and music show until December 30th. It's going to be a magical time.
That sounds fun. Can you look up the opening days and hours for the Christmas market at Main Post?
The Christkindlmarkt at Zurich Main Station runs from November 21st to December 24th, 2024. It's open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., with extended hours until 10 p.m. on Thursdays through Saturdays. On December 24th, it closes early at 4 p.m. It's a wonderful place to enjoy the festive spirit.
Thank you. Looking forward to go there. Actually, I'm a little worried that if it's too cold, can you tell me what's the weather in Zurich today?
Today in Zurich, expect partly sunny skies with a high of 47 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 29 degrees. It's currently clear and around 5 degrees Celsius. Don't forget to bundle up.
Hey, chat. Christina's Zurich trip sounds very cool, but I'm actually going to New York. Do you know any family-friendly events the week of December 20th in New York this year?
In New York City on December 20th, 2024, there are several family-friendly events. The New York Botanical Gardens Holiday Train Show features model trains and miniature NYC landmarks. The Radio City Christmas Spectacular, starring the Rockets, is a festive favorite. The Bank of America Winter Village at Bryant Park also offers ice skating.
Hey, chat, those three are actually perfect. I went to the Holiday Train one as a kid. However, I really like the Union Square markets. When is the Union Square market open till?
The Union Square Holiday Market in New York City runs from November 14th to December 24th, 2024. It's open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Nice. That's really good. I actually really interrupted Christina's vacation planning, so I'm going to pass it back to her.
No worries at all. I'm glad I could help. Christina, if you need more info about Zurich, just let me know.
Chat, I have one last question for you. So I would like to be able to speak with locals in their native language. Can you teach us how to say Merry Christmas in German, French, and Italian?
Absolutely. In German, you can say Frohe Weihnachten. In French, it's Joyeux Noël. And in Italian, you say Buon Natale.
Joyeux Noël.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
All right. We're super excited to see how you use search. So just to recap, we launched 3 things today. First, based on a bunch of feedback from all of you, we made a number of improvements to search. It's faster, it's better on mobile, there are new maps experiences. Please keep giving us that feedback. We love it. It helps us make the product better. Second, we integrated search and advanced voice mode. So now you can search as you talk to ChatGPT. And third, and most importantly, we're starting today rolling out search to all logged in free users globally on every platform where you use ChatGPT. And about logged in free users. So you all know you don't need an account to use ChatGPT. You can just come and get started. But some of our best features like search and Canvas, you do need an account for. It's all free, but you not just get an account, you get higher rate limits, so you get a much better product. So come in, get an account, try out everything that we're shipping here. We're super excited about it. So that's day 8. Happy searching, everybody. And if you're a developer, tomorrow is for you. So day 9, we will do a mini dev day. We've got a lot of exciting announcements, so we hope to see you there. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Where's the bad joke? Oh no. It feels like now I have to do the bad joke. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so in the chat we were having a little discussion here about this feature, and I think it's actually really cool that they launched this now with the updates for sure. Big thing that you can now use it in advanced voice, because previously you could only use it in the regular voice mode and not in the advanced voice mode. So actually this is a huge upgrade, because whenever I started a chat, you know, it was just going through that normal GPT-4o, and then if I needed up-to-date information, it said like, oh, sorry, I cannot browse. So I had to stop it. I had to start a new chat, and then I lost advanced voice. So yeah, it's yeah, it's now I think a great upgrade. Kamel says in the chat that he used it for a day and then went back to Perplexity. Truly disappointed. I mean, I'm somewhere in your camp as well. I don't think that ChatGPT Search is like that amazing, and actually I've also seen that sometimes it's not giving me the most up-to-date version. Sometimes it's just like giving me information that was like 5 to 10 days ago, and so it's like a little bit weird. It's not fully up to date. So yeah, not totally, not the best thing out there, but what I like about it now is that now it's just fully integrated into, actually let me just turn off this stream, into the app and into the ChatGPT interface. So I don't need to switch to Perplexity for more challenging questions. And I would really love to see, and I don't know what they will be announcing tomorrow, but I would really love to see if this search feature would also come to the API, so that we could also launch browse commands through GPT API calls. Because right now the way to work around that is that you need to use a Perplexity in the API, which gives you okay responses, but it would be better to just use one API that you are already comfortable with. So advanced voice, you know, couple upgrades were like it's faster. It puts the links on the top, not the bottom, so it's faster for you to reach it. And now it's available in advanced voice, and in the mobile app there are like a couple new updates in terms of the UI, the map feature and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see if I already have this, but I mean I guess it's. I mean, I guess it's just still the old one. Yeah, so let me show you guys. So this is how it looks currently. Oh, actually, it's the new one, I think. I didn't see this map before. So it has what are some taco spaces in, actually this should be places, but whatever, in Budapest. I also put in the typo. And it just gave me, like, I can find a list. That's actually pretty cool. So I can find the list, let's say, Teresa. Right, so I can also see how far that is for me. So I know where I'm at. So these places would probably be like closer. And I mean, map search it would be like this is already a huge upgrade, I think. So in and of itself, this is amazing. And then we can also like call them. It would be cool if I said, okay, can you book a table for me into Teresa, and then it would just go and book it. But yeah. So that's what we have. The map view. Oh, where did it go? Yeah. This says it in Hungarian. I don't know why, because my entire computer is set to English, but it still says Hungarian. So what it says here is like directions. It would actually use Google, and I can call them as well, right? So hívás is in Hungarian, it means call, and then you can also open their website if it's added in the location. So that's the search. What was it? They searched for like something like Netflix. Yeah, it didn't turn on. Let's try again. Yeah, so it puts it on the top here for me as well. So I think this is already in production now. Let's see if I can set up my my iPhone with the... Oh, hold on. Let's see if we can test the... Oh, what's this? Give me a second. Let's see if I can set up the... in my app, advanced voice. Okay, let's give it a try. See what happens. Should I turn on do not disturb? Oh. All right. Why is it not working? Brian says a lot of their 12-day rollouts are just making paying for the Plus account less and less beneficial. I mean, not really. But I slightly agree with you there because, I mean, their main goal now is it's probably to just get as many users as they can because they are losing money on Plus subscriptions anyway. So what they need now is like to get the most users. They see Anthropic making moves with Claude. They see Meta launching the new language models. They see Gemini. They see Phi from Microsoft and so on. So this is now like a big, huge arms race to get as many users as you can. Because the reason why it's not working is because my HDMI cable was plugged out. Or was it? Something's not working with my Blackmagic. So yeah, I just completely lost my chain of thought here. But yeah, so what they need is like they need to get as many users as they can, because if they can do that, then they know that how many, like they have the data, like how many months they need to use free in order to upgrade to paid for. And there are still like a lot of things are still only on the paid plan. Like in the free plan, you don't get like a lot of 4.0 access. It's probably like 5 to 10 messages or something like that. So in the paid plan, you have a lot more of 4.0. In the paid plan for the Plus plan, you also get access to O1 and O1 Mini, those are great reasoning models not available on the free plan. So, and they just need a lot of investors. Brian says they need a new financial advisor if they can only make money with paying $200 a month. Well, here's the thing. They actually, like Sam Altman actually said this in talking to the investors. There was like a keynote or something that as OpenAI is currently not profitable, the investors are not really getting any dividends and any kind of money out of their investment. So what he said is like, hey, don't worry, we'll just keep developing our thing and we'll just invent AGI and then we'll ask it how we are going to pay you your money back. Like that's what he said. That's the plan. So they are basically fully funded by investor money at this point. I mean, at least that's what we know from the news. Cosmic Cells asks, do you think they will announce advanced voice with computer screen sharing during shipmass? Well, they did it with the phone sharing. I don't think that the computer sharing is actually ready, because otherwise they would have probably announced it when they were announcing the Apple Intelligence features. So I don't know, maybe. But I'm hoping maybe they will go more in the direction of maybe some agentic functions. I don't understand. What are they waiting for? Voice Advanced Vision plus Search should already allow background use and interaction with the assistant about on-screen content. Camel, it's entirely possible that they wanted to leave it for like a completely separate announcement, because it's like this 12 days of Christmas is like, well, we have to figure out how to make it into 12 days. So maybe they will launch it later, or it's just not fully ready yet, because you need a lot of permissions from the computer actually to be able to do the screen sharing. It's like, and then you need to think about different kind of Mac devices and different Windows devices. It's like a lot of different things. So maybe they're just not ready yet. But they like, if they weren't, they could probably still have a separate day where they just announce the feature and they say, okay, it's coming next January or something. But yeah, they started as a nonprofit. Yeah, exactly. That's a whole different can of worms that I'd rather not open on this meeting. I don't know what's wrong with my Blackmagic software here. That's the only way I can kind of bring my iPhone screen on here, and it's not showing up. There we go. I had to just deactivate and reactivate it, but it's still very dark. And this doesn't change anything. Okay, hold on. I will fix it in here. I'll just add a filter. Nope. Brightness. Oh, that does not help. I just bump up the contrast. It's better now, right? As I bump this up. Yeah. This brings in a little. Okay. We'll just leave it as is. Hey Chad, can you tell me the best taco places in Budapest?
Budapest has some fantastic taco spots. Taqueria El Mexicano and Teresa are quite popular for authentic Mexican flavors. Have you tried any of them?
I want you to browse and make sure the knowledge you're giving me is totally up to date. I need to know the top places, the highest rated places, opening hours this week.
I don't have internet access to browse.
Okay, it
Sure.
doesn't have internet access yet. Let me see if I can. If I turn on the VPN, does that help?
Hey there, how's it?
Yeah, but I turn on my VPN, but I think I need to like reopen the app as well. Yeah, okay. There we go. Hey, can you tell me the top places for eating tacos in Budapest?
For some great tacos in Budapest, you should check
No,
out
I want you
Edward
to make sure that you browse.
Sure, I can look around. If you turn on your camera and show me the area, I can help
No,
you
browse
spot
on the internet, not in my area or like in my desk.
I can't browse the internet right now, but I can offer you some general recommendations or help you with anything else you need.
Okay. All right, let's see the, I'm just gonna copy this. Let's see this new app feature that they said that we would get. It's probably, we probably need to like download the new feature. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the same. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna check the App Store, see if we have it. All right, let me get caught up on the chat. Not turn on live chat. Hamza says, even though 8 days has completed but no news about accessibility improvement for visually impaired in their Android app, I'm so on. I'm not gonna say the other sentence, but well, I don't know about the Android app, and I do not have the ability to test it. Oh, I have the update in the ChatGPT app, but it was 16 hours ago, so I don't know. Oh, so here we have the list and we have the map. That's cool. I cannot move the map around. That's bad. Okay. Yeah, it does not give me any kind of like pinch zoom, like, you know, I'm trying to do this, but it doesn't change anything. Yeah, I can't even move around. This probably needs some work, guys. Let's see this one. Okay, it's actually pretty neat with the interface. I like this. I'm actually traveling during the Christmas holidays. Oops. I'm actually traveling during the Christmas holidays, and it's gonna be interesting to see if we can, you know, use ChatGPT to find places for us. So okay, let's try the voice mode again. Can you browse the web and tell me the latest AI news?
I can't browse the web for the latest news, but I can help answer questions or provide information based.
No, it cannot browse yet. So I mean, it seems like that's just a feature, you know, that's rolling out in the coming days. At least not available for me. And yeah, let's see what you guys say in the chat, and let me know if you have any questions about search. They said they would roll it out in the coming days. Don't think it's an EU issue. Cosmic Cells, are you referring to the Apple, or like the screen share feature with the desktop app? Okay, so a couple things that I want to share with you. Oh, the accessibility and Android. Yeah, I mean, again, this Android versus iOS debate, it's always comes down to, oh, or use VPN. I think he was Kamal was referring to me to try to trigger the update in my phone. So I just bought these new headphones yesterday, but I already feel it wasn't the best choice because, oh, wait, what? I just started some music. It's not so comfortable as I expected, but I will be able to live with that. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you guys is a couple use cases for search. And it's not just like, okay, tell me the weather or tell me like, locations and that kind of stuff, but like I can use it to be more productive at work. I think one of the things you can do with this is to use it for like local niche restrictions, laws, regulations, and so on. So if you have any kind of challenge, like for example, I live in Hungary, and if I ask ChatGPT about some Hungarian regulations, it's not really gonna be able to give me back any kind of good information. But I can try to see. Hey, I have a Hungarian company, and I need you to give me. I need you to tell me how much taxes I need to pay after my salary if the company uses key IVA. This is a Hungarian taxation method. Small business tax, right? And it says we need to pay 15% personal income tax, 18.5% social security contributions, and for the employer you need to pay 10% of the tax base, which is calculated the total amount of gross salaries paid to employees, adjusted by the net balance of capital and dividend transactions, and with certain other items. Okay. And because we have this, we don't have to pay 13% social contribution tax on salaries. So assuming an employee has a gross monthly salary of this much, which is, this would roughly be like $1,000, a little bit more like 12,000. Sorry, $1,100 to $1,200 employee deductions. So the whole point is that now I know that this is actually using proper information, and if I click on this link, I'll just download a PDF actually. This is also a PDF. Right, so then it found this relevant information somewhere in this PDF. So it's actually, and I know that because this is what we use, I know that this is correct information. And we can compare. Let's see if ChatGPT knows this, like without the browsing. Okay, this is a good A/B test. Maybe it also knows. Yeah, it knows these numbers. So then this was not the most, like not the best way to do this. Yeah. Okay. So again, in this case we are, but this way you can kind of like remove the luck out of the equation, because in this case it's just kind of lucky that on this data GPT was already trained on. But by doing this search with the browsing, I can make sure that it is actually what we're looking for. Right, and then we can ask, let's ask something else. Like we can go into like some, I don't know. Okay. How do we report this tax? Right, and this taxes, legal kinds of things. For this is actually really, really important, because this way you can just make sure that it's up to date, right? So it says May 31st, which is, it says here May 31st. So local regulations, local things. And then the other one is, if you follow someone, maybe like a business influencer, and you want to make sure that you use their protocol for doing something, then you can ask things like, what are Neil Patel's principles on writing well-performing SEO articles? Right now it's searching the web, and it's gonna, well, I would hope that it's gonna give me Neil Patel's original website. But again, it just gave me this from Marketing Eye and also from Neil Patel. So you can start a conversation with this, like, okay, what are someone's certain ideas? And then we can say, okay, convert this into step-by-step writing instructions that I can hand out to an intern. Right? And then there you go, boom. Now we have this little standard operating procedure that I can just copy paste, put it into Google document, and then also put in maybe some of the sources here. And then I can send it to someone like, hey, I want you to write blog posts like this. I make sure to follow this process. And I mean, maybe for like a content writer, these things like build backlinks, ensure mobile friendliness is not that important, so you can just remove that. So we can also say, okay, separate this SOP into different roles. There is someone writing the article, but there seem to be other roles here, like technical SEO, website management, and so on. Oh yeah, I just needed to make the headphone a little bigger. Oh, now we have editor as well. Analytics, right? So now we have this process broken down into 5 different roles in the team, and you can then look at, okay, which one can AI do for me? Maybe the writing part, AI can help you heavily in that. Also with the editing, SEO specialist, you can use some SEO tools. I don't know many that are. I'm not familiar too much with SEO, so you could probably have like some SEO AI tools that can help you with keywords. I also heard about SEMrush, so I guess you can just use that. And then web manager, this could be like some kind of make scenario that uploads stuff to the web. And it could be also a GPT that ensures that the article is formatted properly, optimize page load speed by compressing images. So again, this could be like some kind of decision in the process where it's like, oh, here's an image, we need to like resize this, right? So, but I think maybe this web manager, should probably be a person looking at it. So make sure that everything goes out smoothly. And then analytics, this can also be another person who just like make sure that we look at the right data. All right, so we went from using browsing to have a key person of influence's content, you know, and maybe Neil Patel's principles, again, GPT probably was trained on that in some way, but you can look at like micro influencers and that kind of people who don't have the bandwidth to be included in GPT's training data. Camel asks, just to be sure, the internet search feature activated by pressing the button is the same as the one we request from ChatGPT without the button, right? Yes, it is. So if you ask it to browse, if you press this button, or if it just browses by itself, it uses the exact same feature. And this was crazy. Like when this search for the web came out, everybody's like, "Oh my God, it can search the web." I was like, guys, it could search the web for like a year now. You just had to tell it to search. And they were like, "Oh my God, really?" I'm like, "Yeah, duh." So this is a use case that you can also use search for, and I think it's really convenient. What do you guys think about this use case? Is it cool? Not so much? From like 1 to 10. Again, I'm using the principles of a conversation design where I just guide the conversation in the way that I want it, and I don't ask for this kind of breakdown right in the first prompt. So I'm just like here, I'm not going through the conversation. I'm also thinking about how this could benefit me the most, and so on. I mean, it would be cool if O1 could also use the browsing, but it apparently cannot. All right, so if we go into O1, the browsing is disabled. Oh, that's the taxation. Brian says, yes, I like the search in voice mode. Yeah, me too. That has been missing to me for a while. And then you can look at things like, you know, what are the latest EU regulations for launching medical apps that use generative AI to generate responses? All right, so okay, EU AI Act effective from August 2024. So again, this probably it's not that good in the regular ChatGPT, but we'll ask this and do the comparison as well. Medical device regulation. Oh, I don't want to be fined for 35 million euros. Thank you very much. And so there has to be like a lot of things that we need to go through, like data protection, medical, this is now considered a medical device, so it has to comply with all of the medical stuff, medical requirements. So what I'm gonna do now is let's see what kind of hallucination would we get without the browsing. Oh, it's browsing. Nope. I'm just gonna add don't browse. It does bring in some medical device regulations, so that's cool. GDPR. I mean, this AI Act has been in the news and everywhere for like a year, I think. But again, with this one, you cannot really know. So then you would need to look into this MDR. right? So again, this is where browsing and search can actually shine a lot. Camel says, thank you for confirming. Indeed, it has been around for over a year. I was expecting that with this button, we'd get an interface similar to Perplexity. Okay, so let's show people what this Perplexity is, for those who don't know. Again, this is in Hungarian. Yeah, log me in. I don't think I have a Pro account, but I just don't use it that much. I turn on Pro. I have 3 searches Pro today. So what are the latest EU regulations for launching medical apps? So it's searching through these. It did a search, and then it summarized the information. And then we have the EU AI Act, the medical device regulations, exemptions, implementation timeline. Kamal, what do you like really about this interface? Because to me it looks very similar. So if I compare these two, right? So Perplexity also it does the search and then it summarizes it. So I have the sources, probably a few more sources than what GPT uses. But again, GPT, if I click sources, it also puts in on the right side. It puts in the quotations and the text as well. I think OpenAI did their research to make sure they saw people going to Perplexity, so they kind of like filled in this gaps. And then I really like these things. Like, what else should you ask? Like, what are the compliance requirements for high risk? Yeah, AI systems. This is a big thing. Yeah, Jonathan says, I like the sources and then the suggestions for further questions. Yeah, I really like the suggestions for further questions as well. Which is something that we don't have with ChatGPT. You could ask, like, what should I ask next? Oh. Brian says, I like the ability to buy stuff through Perplexity too. Camel says, with Perplexity, you can create a research thread. A research thread? You probably need like the Pro account for that, right? Jonathan says, I missed the OpenAI presentation. Did they copy this feature? Well, they copied this feature a long time ago. They just launched a few updates to it. Like it will put these links on the top instead of the bottom when you're searching for something that is like, give me netflix.com or something like that. And there have been a few updates that you will also be able to use it with the OpenAI advanced voice mode. And that you can also, it's in the app, it's gonna give you like a map mode and it's overall better interface in the ChatGPT app. So that's what they did. Yeah, so overall the base feature for browse gave us very similar results. Right, so I mean, in terms of reliability, this also seems to be pretty decent, if you ask me. So again, search for like browsing for these certain information that you need in your work. That's definitely the most important use case. I don't think that, like, this is what can really save you time versus finding a restaurant. Right, so That's my idea. Brian says, yes, Perplexity lets you organize all your searches and threads into files you can refer to later. Yeah, I probably need to do some more research on these things to make sure that I have, I can give you guys better insights to comparing these. But right now I'm like, there are so many AI updates that you can get overwhelmed by just watching my tutorials on how to make them work. And I really believe in, instead of doing that, making apps that or like automations, or even if we call them agents, that you can then use for a long time. And those can be really useful to automate someone's work. So I highly believe that you guys need to get a good grip on how to prompt ChatGPT to get the kind of outputs that you want, and then learn how to put that together into a system that can actually take action for you. So put it into a make scenario and get it to do things for you. I think that's going to be a lot higher yield for your time than debating on whether ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini is better at browsing the web, because it's like 5%. We're talking about 5%, like very minor incremental changes. Whereas if you focus on how can this make my life faster and easier, there you can find a 5 to 10x improvements. Basically overnight, if you put in the night to actually developing an automation. Yeah, so it is a great way to collect information on specific topics, but I want you guys to focus on not being really an information hoarder, unless you are like Jonathan and you are a consultant, right? So you need to know all of this information. But people tend to fall into the big trap of just accumulating a lot of information and not taking action on that information. Right? So always think about now I have this result, how can I make this more actionable? So when I showed you guys this, the SEO stuff, I didn't just think like, oh, okay, then next time I'm gonna come back to this and watch it, because I never do. I never come back to these browsers and this research. But if I have a step-by-step process, or if I have an SOP broken down to 5 different people, then I can give it to my team and people working in those roles. And now I can have something that can actually bring value to my company. So in the age of information, you can just hoard more and more and more information. You can spend the entire day just searching for information, because our brains have grown up in a world where there was huge information asymmetry, which means that people with more information had access to more resources. People with more information were considered more valuable, more knowledgeable. But right now, with anyone being able to talk to these models if it's for O1, for $20 a month, which I consider to be highly accessible, knowing what it does, being able to talk to these models, information is not something that inherently increases your value as a company, as an employee, as a person in general. And I mean, when I say value, like your monetary value, how much money you can charge for your services, whether as an employee or as a freelancer or as someone running a business. So, however, what changes that and what improves that is the amount of skills that you have. Knowing how to, set up like this streaming studio, which does not come from me just browsing all the time. So it's actually action taking and doing the thing is what will separate people from mediocre people in the long run, in my opinion. So try to always convert the searches that you do into something actionable, unless you are a researcher, right? So if you're a researcher, then this advice does not really apply to you, because as a researcher, you got to do that. But even as a researcher, you could think about, okay, how can I make an experiment out of this? And then create like some kind of document or experiment setup that you can use. All right, let's try something else. I want to see how good it is at looking for medical research, because any kind of scientific research, because this has always been a blind spot for a lot of these language models. Searching for this is searching for medical information. It has always been restricted to like PubMed like databases. So let's look for I want to find something that is a little bit more difficult. Oh no. Perplexity better at medical research. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, hold on. Jonathan says 100% agree that. Oh no, Brian's was the one that I didn't read. I love the teaching you give us on prompts, because you can pretty much make all models good at reasoning with chain of thought. Yeah, exactly. Jonathan, 100% agree that access to information was historically the source of authority. Now the source of authority comes from the quality of your questions and the lens through which you filter information. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Thomas says, when role-playing with AI, okay, Dale says treatment options for lung cancer. So I'll just do that. I'll search that. When role-playing with AI, can AI effectively role-play as multiple roles, such as a committee, or is it more effective at role-playing as a single role? Okay, that's a good question. My question to you is, what do you mean effectiveness? How do you measure the effectiveness of that? What are like your criteria? And once you have that, have you tried it to see if ChatGPT is better for your use case, role playing, as a single role or as multiple roles? I generally, like now as I think about it, I generally tend to give it like singular personas. I haven't tried it to give it like a committee, but you could tell like, hey, okay, now act as a committee of 4 and role play the reasoning between the people. Right? And then review that kind of, whatever submission they had or something. Treatment options for lung cancer. What? Did it search though? Yeah, well, all the sources are from like blog posts, CDC, like these summary articles, NHS. Yeah, again, this is not like primary research. Again, this one either, or neither. This is not what I'm looking for. Right, so there are some of these science GPTs. Scholar GPT, for example, Scholar AI. Let's see this one. It says access Google Scholar, PubMed, JSTOR, Archive, and more effortlessly. So if I tell it this, it should ask me to like, okay, allow action. Yeah, always allow. All right, there you go. So now I'm getting reference studies. 2025. Why did it cite the 2025 study? Is it because it's like currently in peer review? Yeah. Okay, so treatment selection for the high-risk patient with stage 1 non-small cell lung cancer, sublobar resections. Yeah, okay. There we go. It's giving me like with the links with the DOI. So give me the link to the 2025 article you mentioned in the first response. Preprint accepted for publication, but not out yet. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, published online. Oh, it's coming in the 2025 February. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was doing lab work when I was in medical school. I just forgot that you could, that there is like, when it's the end of the year, it does this. So for medical research, these GPTs, like Scholar GPT, what was the other one? Oh, it's also featured. Scholar AI, pretty much the same thing, because what they have is an external action. I don't know if I cannot show it, but let's see if I go back here. Yeah. So it talks to an external API, sends my query, and then gets back a certain configured responses, right? Maybe it's sorted, and then it responds based on that. So this way, you can connect the GPT into like a medical publication database. And I think it can also access papers behind a paywall, or maybe just at least their abstracts. Yeah, access through your organization. So in this case, I cannot read the whole paper, but at least I can get it to browse. And this is also on the internet, right? So if I just go to this URL, GPT could also find this, but for some reason, the GPT search is more on like Mayo Clinic and these summary articles, because those are the top results in Bing or Google, right? So that's the challenge. I actually think now with these headphones that I'm gonna get like a bump in my head. It's so bad. Hold on. Oh, I started the music again. Okay. Yeah. So with this, you can look at any kind of research if you want, like, oh, I have an idea. No, I want to ask GPT. Find the latest research about vitamin D supplementation during winter months in countries with few, maybe that's not the right word, with little, what's that called? Daily, I don't know. Daily sunlight hours. I don't know the exact phrase for this. Read full text and then it just sends me to a paywall. No, I can actually download, but this is December. This is December 2010. Okay, give me an actionable summary on how much vitamin D should I take, what will it do for me, and what are the risks if I don't take it. Kamal says, for that I use the search feature included in my academic GPT to limit biased information and get responses that match my personalized tone and writing style. Nice. I am taking 4,000 now per day. I'm not under medical supervision, but it's fine. I consider myself a high-risk individual because it is low sun exposure. I'm very sensitive to not getting sunlight, and it really affects my mood. So that's why I consider myself high risk. But sometimes I skip a day, so now I think I'm averaging around 2,000, 3,000 units. Okay, so what will vitamin D do for me? Okay, so this is just like basics. Yeah. There we go. So again, this definitely beats ChatGPT for sure, but let's give it a try. Oh, it's not bad. But again, it's just using someone else's digested content about the raw research, and then it digests it even more, and then I digest. So it's like we chew it so many times, we are very far from the original truth. But like that's the idea. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna see if my little ChatGPT advanced voice has browsing. Hey, can you browse the web and find me places in Budapest to eat tacos tonight?
I can't browse the web in real time, but I can recommend...
Yeah, not yet. Not yet available. Not even with a VPN. Oh, but I can show you guys. So like what I would do sometimes is that I would just say hi, you know? And once it says like, hey, how can I help you? That's when I would start. Hey, tell me what are the best taco places in Budapest to eat tacos tonight, and browse the web for it.
Here are some great taco spots in Budapest you can try tonight. 1. Papito's Mexican Street Food, Madak Imre Ut 5, District 7.
Okay, it was actually around 9 seconds as I counted. Jonathan says all search is based on other people's indexing of the underlying information. Yeah, that's totally accurate. I'm just saying that it's the least amount of middleman you can do, the best. So, or the better, right? So if I use a Scholar GPT to search for medical or any kind of other articles, then I'm gonna get closer to the original source, and I don't have to worry about other people's filters on them, because everybody sees the word a slightly different way. So it's always best to just go back to the source. And with this, I can skip at least one layer, because now there is the, you know, the indexing of whatever Science Direct or any other one of these journals do. And then there is the GPT's analysis of that. But if I use the, you know, if I let it go to articles like Vogue and, you know, things like that, I'm like, that's probably not the most reliable scientific research, scientific, you know, source. So now I'm just chewing other people's chewed information. It can definitely save time, but at a cost. So review articles are great, but they always like it's similar to how when you watch the movie adaptation of like a great book, then it's like, well, there's like a lot of detail lost here. Jonathan says, agreed, it is so important to know who is the most effective curator of the information you want. Yeah. The more amount of middlemen you can get rid of, the better you're going to be. Okay. Who wants us to who has some interesting use case that you did before with GPT Search that you would like to share with us in the chat, so I can just use the search the web feature and show how that works. I'm gonna close these things in the meanwhile. All right, let's see what it knows about Prompt Master. Okay. Tell me more about the AI education program, Prompt Master AI course. No. From promptmaster.com. Okay, how much is it to join? Oh, it already knows it's a membership. I remember I asked it like a couple of weeks ago, and it said like it's still the old pricing structure. Okay. Who is the instructor? Yes. Knows. I wish this was like trained. Like I wish ChatGPT was like just trained on my like this data. So because not everybody knows how to like search for these things. Does this give UTM tags to it? Oh. No, that's not what I wanted. Copy link. No UTM tag. It would be cool if it added like UTM source ChatGPT. So in our analytics. Can you talk about injection attacks? It already looks like the LLMs are being fed misleading information equivalent to people buying keywords. Yeah, I sure can. And I actually tried this today. Look at this, guys. Where is GPT 4.5? GPT 4.5 refers to an intermediate version of OpenAI's language model, which bridges the gap between GPT-4 and its potential successor, GPT-5. GPT 4.5 is integrated into ChatGPT as part of the ChatGPT Plus subscription available through OpenAI's platform. You are already likely using it under the GPT-4 setting. GPT 4.5 offers enhanced performance and so on. Are you GPT 4.5? Yes, I'm based on OpenAI's GPT 4.5 model. So, and then I asked it like, what are the key improvements between GPT 4.5 versus GPT 4.0? And then it just didn't say, like it kept going back to GPT 4. Right, so, and then 4.0 was launched, I think somewhere in May. So it could be in its training, but it thinks itself is GPT 4.5. So these are the kinds of things that you can do because GPT 4.5 rumors started going out around at that time before they launched GPT 4.0. Right, so before June 2024, and then some of this data actually leaked into ChatGPT's training. So again, this is I think a great example of what you mean by these injection attacks, where you can just like put in misleading information. And again, whenever you use like SEO tips and these kinds of things, right? Anything you do, like just because something is on the internet doesn't mean it's true. Actually, it's probably the other way around. So when something is on the internet, you kind of have to like be very critical about that information, right? So especially now with like AI being able to generate so much different stuff, I think the ChatGPT search engine optimization, like some people call it like ask engine optimization, that's going to be very interesting to see in the next couple of years, and how the ranking is going to be different between Google and the ranking on ChatGPT when someone searches for something, because people still mostly use ChatGPT to search for factual information. There is no getting around that. Most people use it for that. They don't necessarily use it for work and writing and getting things done. They just use it to search, find information and so on. And then having this search feature, it's actually a big help, because now we're not reliant on GPT hallucinations, but now we are putting the thing on, the truthness of these things into the hands of authors online. And again, the problem is that anyone can publish anything online. It's not peer reviewed. This is why I actually loved the science when I was doing it, is that you cannot put something in Nature unless it is peer reviewed by a lot of people, a lot of very smart people. So that way you can know that when you read something in Nature, it's like that is the current state of science. But if you just use search to browse the web, I'm like, okay, I still don't know how totally accurate that is. Like very, very good example is SEO. Okay, Neil Patel, I don't have anything wrong with him, but just to play the devil's advocate, Neil Patel says these things, right? Where does he get that information from? I know he does a lot of research to say these things, but like, okay, where can I see the science? If I go here, can I see the data? Advanced cheat sheet to SEO. All right, so then I need to go and say, oh, there's actual data here. Okay, this might be legit. And then because Neil has been in this industry for I don't know however many long years, there is a built authority that signals to me that okay, whatever he is saying about SEO must be true or based on some good information. But I think this is what we need to be careful of, that getting into responses from ChatGPT, all we are doing here is searching for these websites and then copy pasting their text into the end of the prompt, and then GPT just uses that text to give us a sensible response. And the reason there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 responses in this case is because OpenAI configured it that way, so it does not eat up the entire context window. But I mean, a search like this probably eats up like 10 to 20,000 input tokens. And the limit for GPT-4o is 128,000. Brian says, what do you think of Archive? Well, I like Archive for the fact that you can actually publish some research without having to go through this gatekeeping. But the downside is that it's not peer reviewed. So I like going through some Archive research and seeing how others think and how other researchers and publishers think in the current day and age. So it's really good that it can be something instant. It is also really good for publishing something that once it's out there, now it's your IP. So if someone beats you to it, or if someone does something after you publish it on Archive, then you can be like, well, I already published it, so it's my IP. I'm not saying that you should probably get into like legal debates about that, but in most areas of the world, it's like first person who published it basically owns the right to have that. So I think Archive is generally a good place for us to share information with other people. But there's also the downside that because it's not peer reviewed, no one is actually going to look into your statistics. Nobody's going to ask you for some follow-up experiments, because when I was in medical school, I spent 2.5 years in a medical research laboratory, and we were researching the effects. I was on a project researching the effects of smoking on the pancreas and chronic pancreatitis. And then there were some other parts in the lab who were researching acute pancreatitis or other parts in chronic pancreatitis. And I remember that once we had like all the research and we submitted the first draft to one of these more prestigious journals, they would spend like a couple weeks to just even get back to us. So like, hey, we heard you. It was like a couple months when we first heard back from an actual reviewer who said like, okay, it's great research. Please do these 5 follow-up experiments to make the case stronger, because there were some like something could have been questioned there. So then they said, okay, I need to see this data as well to kind of prove the opposite is not true and things like that. And they would also ask for our data. So we would send over the Excel spreadsheets. They would also do the statistics, make sure everything was correct. And that's how, after like a little back and forth and like maybe half a year or a year, that's when you would actually get to publish your stuff. So whenever you see, articles like, what was that? The lung cancer, lung cancer research. I say this research published in 2024, it's actually a PhD dissertation, so it's actually a bad example. Good job, I found that. All right, this one is better. So this article published in Clinical Cancer Research 2024, this research, the experiments themselves were probably done somewhere between 2021 to 23, or maybe even earlier. So it's like there's like a big lag in doing this. So again, the verification of the facts comes at a huge cost of time, but it's worth it, because this is how we can build the next thing, and this is how we can improve, in this case, what is this? Some kind of treatment for this inhibitor in this lung cancer, right? So that's why I like Archive, but I think they should definitely have some kind of, I don't know if they do, maybe they do, but they should definitely have some kind of peer review, or like some kind of conversation about things, and being able to talk to the authors and so on. Those are my 2 cents. All right, everybody. Time to wrap up this live stream. Thanks a lot for tuning in this lovely Monday morning. And don't forget that we are streaming live every single day for the OpenAI announcements at the same time. So it's roughly 7 p.m. for Hungarian time. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I think from out of those, you can kind of figure out when your time is. But if you want to join, make sure you go to my YouTube channel, and then you can see the scheduled live streams, where you can also, I think you can like set a reminder or something that it's gonna remind you. I'll try to come online a couple minutes earlier, and then we can watch the announcement together. They said tomorrow is going to be more focused on developers. So if you are interested in building AI-based automations, you should definitely join, because there might be something very, very exciting for us that we can also use inside Make. So again, highly, highly recommended that you join tomorrow. But other than that, I hope you have an awesome rest of your day or your night, and I will see you tomorrow.